Welcome back to a new Anno 1800 video, and it's a big one. If you missed my latest messages on my community tab, I've been actually out for the last few weeks. I still posted a couple of pre-recorded videos, so big thanks to everybody who was still watching, liking, commenting. If you missed any of the stamps, blueprint, those type of things, they have all been added to the Discord community now. Don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you don't have the link to join this Discord community. Today we have big news for Anno 1800, so let's dive right in. There is a new cosmetic DLC coming very soon called the National Park. This is basically a nature cosmetic DLC. You'll be able to create lakes, tents, and many other things. You can see the list over here, an observation point, for example, some different trees, trail signs, and much more. This will be coming on Tuesday, August the 22nd, available as usual for a price of $5, €5 original equivalent. And it's worth noting that it is not just launching on the Ubisoft store, but also now on Steam, Epic, and also for your console, PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Of course, if you have Anno 1800 on those consoles. As you can see, this dev blog over here goes into a bit more detail about some of the things like the lake, so don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to read it. So on August 22nd, we're getting this new DLC that is coming with a new update, Game Update 18. Now, if you're expecting a lot of content, I'm gonna stop you right there. There's not gonna be a lot of new content. As they have already said in the past, the game development has stopped, right? They've moved to the next game. We don't know yet too much about it, but they've definitely moved on. So we're getting small things. But there's definitely one thing that's very important. Before we dive into this big news, they have continued to make a few bug fixes. I didn't see anything huge, except this one over here fixed the issue with too many mods extending the loading time of the game. If you have a lot of mods, it is true that in the last few months, you may have had a black screen for quite a while. Now, they said drastically improved mod loading times. I mean, we'll have to test it. I haven't tested it yet, but that would be definitely a great thing. In particular, because we have this big thing over here, a mod browser into the game in collaboration with Mod.io. Before I show you more about this collaboration with Mod.io, do note that there's also on the same day, the 22nd of August, a Game Update 3 for the console version. I will be honest and say that I don't know if these are big bugs or not, but you can read them over here. Of course, I'll put it also in the video description below. But more importantly, as I said, we now have a collaboration with Mod.io. Mod.io already had quite a few games, for example, Timberborn or others that you can see over here. But now we have Anno 1800. And if you click on it, you'll see there's already quite a few mods that have been uploaded by mod authors into this library. There's quite a few filters also over here that can be quite useful. For example, the region or things like ships versus buildings, right? So we have this library that has started. In the game, this will only be live on August 22nd. So it's not live yet in the game, but it's already live on the Mod.io website. So again, if you're a mod author, you can already start adding your own mod over here. And if you're a player, you can start looking for some of them. Subscribe to get updates, those type of things. So now you may be wondering, what is that? In a way, this is between the Steam Workshop and something like Nexus. Right now, most of the mods are on Nexus, right? Where you need to download them. And then when you've downloaded them, you put it into the right folder, and then they'll be into your game. If you don't know how to do that, don't hesitate to check in the video description below. I also have a video showing you step by step how to do that on this new version of the game. But now we're gonna have something better, because basically you're going to have this browsing functionality to be able to see all of the mods directly into the game, right? You'll be able to see it offline, but also directly into the game. So basically, you're inside the game, you'll be able to look for a mod, click on it to download it, it will install it automatically, right? And then it will be activated. I'm guessing it also means we won't have now to restart our game, but maybe for a few of the mods, I mean, something like, I don't know, a mod that is recreating the map, for example, pretty sure you'll have to restart, or maybe even restart a new game. But this is definitely going to make it a lot easier to integrate, to browse through the mods. It will also probably make it a lot easier to have updates. I'm guessing that any mods that is updated will be updated automatically into a game, or at least you'll get a notification that you should update it, something like this. So this is a great next step, in particular thinking about the next Anno game. We know that Anno 1800 is toward the end of its life, but for the next game, if they can have that from the start, that would be amazing. I'd love to hear in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts, comments about this. And stay tuned for a lot more of Anno 1800 very soon.